Oh, hey, didn't see you there. So, it's been 1 week since that dang Minecraft movie came out, huh? Man, time really does fly. It only feels like yesterday that I went and gone and see it with one of my friends, but here we are. And now that the whole hype has sort of died away, which it really hasn't, but whatever. Now that it's sort of died away, I wanted to sort of just talk about it and talk about my feelings towards the movie, some of the good things, some of the bad things, some of the things that were just okay. I just wanted to go over, all those and kind of give my thoughts on it. So I went and saw the Minecraft movie the day after it came out. So I went on that Saturday and I went with one of my friends and we went together thinking that the movie was probably going to be okay. The movie wasn't just okay. It was actually trash. Yeah, the movie was super bad. And the only reason that I had hope for the movie was because of the whole marketing thing that they did. I mean, seriously. These guys did so good for the marketing. Like the marketing, the reels they were putting out on Instagram were so good. They really highlighted the sort of memedom that this movie has created because of how bad it looked. But for some reason I had hope that it was going to be a good movie, even after all of those ads that showed how bad it was. And it's weird that I still had hope for the movie because it wasn't up to expectation. That's pretty much what I want to talk about today. Just how bad that movie was and just how unbelievable it was to actually go and see it because it was something truly different and not in a good way. So I just want to talk a little bit about some of the things about the movie. So aside from the marketing, I had hope. I thought the movie was going to be good and I thought it was going to be funny and I thought it was going to be a good video game adaptation like the Mario movie. That one was pretty good. I mean, slight bias, but it was pretty good. But unfortunately, I was wrong. All right, I know I keep saying how bad it was, but first, let's talk about the good things, which I actually have written on a list right here. So in this video, by the way, there might not be that many spoilers. There might be a few major ones. So I'd advise that if you haven't gone and seen the movie, to go and see it. So that way you don't get spoiled. Unless you really don't want to see it, which, I mean, I don't blame you. I really don't. All right, so anyway, the good stuff. So first off, I like the fact that everyone in the movie was essentially just a new player. Kind of like joining like a Minecraft server or a big survival server and then kind of just seeing this one guy who's like all knowledgeable at this point. He's played like hundreds of hours of the game. Go in and then there's all these noobs at the game and you have to kind of explain how it works and how everything goes, and I thought that was pretty cool. I did like that part of the plot. I also appreciate the whole idea behind the piglin conflict in the movie. So during the movie, the entire point is that after opening a portal to the Nether, Steve goes and visits the piglins. And the piglins don't like creativity and they want to destroy it and all that stuff. And I thought that part was cool. It sort of gave them a lot more personality. I appreciated all the tropes to the old Minecrafters, like Dan TDM was in the movie. He was just a cameo for like a few seconds in one of the shots at the beginning. There's the part with the pig who walks around with the crown in the village and Steve calls him a legend, so that was cool. It was fun to just kind of see all these old YouTubers, and any of your favorites, they were probably in there, so that's pretty cool. I liked how they used the mechanics of the game in the movie, like how they did the water bucket clutch, which has been famous in Minecraft for so many years. So many people have done it at this point. Or like how they use minecarts or like the elytras and stuff. Like those were really fun to see. It also implies that Steve beat the Ender Dragon before the piglins or something like that. I don't know how that's possible because you have to go to the Nether. I never thought about that. That's kind of a weird plot hole. Anyway, yeah, I appreciated the mechanics of the game that were shown off, like building, crafting, ender pearls, all that stuff. It was really fun, especially like there was one part in the Woodland Mansion where they go into like this boxing arena. You all probably know this at this point, but they go into this boxing arena and there's actually a boxing arena inside the Woodland Mansion in the vanilla game. I thought that was a great detail. Just the things that were actually from the game were cool, and I thought that they were done well for that movie. Oh, another thing, some of the jokes were actually pretty funny. I appreciated the entirety of Jason Momoa. He did a great job at being like the stereotypically tough, but like I have some insecurities kind of like guy. And it was really fun because he doesn't really play those kinds of roles. He sort of just plays, I don't even know. He plays like Aquaman, who's like objectively cool. So it was really funny to see him wearing some like 80s neon with like neon shirt and like jeans and just him kind of looking goofy, and like all the memes that came out of it were really funny too. Like he was just a good character. Like Jack Black and Jason Momoa together were just absurd in that movie. I'll be honest, that was a good way. Oh, and let's not forget the songs. There were 3 songs in the movie that were done by Jack Black, and they were all pretty freaking good. Like there was one that was like a traditional rock song, there was a ballad, and there was some sort of like DJing song. Like it was crazy. The variety was just insane. Like this guy is talented. He has such talent. You can't let that go to waste, obviously. So now you might be thinking, wow, that was a lot of pros. What bad things do you have to say at this point about the movie? Well, everything else. Starting off with the fact that there was so much cringe. There was so much cringe in the movie. It's unbelievable how much cringe there was. And I'm just gonna be honest, if they hadn't marketed it like the way they had, or if there weren't as many memes for the movie, I don't think it would have done well. Like it was so cringy. It was so cringy. The jokes were so bad. They weren't even funny. Like it was just weird. It was just cringe. And just the way that Steve says stuff, like it's so stupid. Like that was the whole meme. Just the way that he says flint and steel. Like the way that he just said that. That was the whole joke, and he did that for like the entire movie. They did every cringy joke. They did every cringy reference. They did every single thing that was cringy. They took all the memes and put them into one. It's one of my biggest gripes with the whole movie, by the way. It's just how much cringe there was. It was so much cringe. It was painful. It was so painful. Another aspect to the movie that was bad is that the plot made no sense. The plot made no sense and had no depth to it. Okay, for a movie, right? You want something that the characters have to work towards, something important, something that the characters have to do to get through to accomplish their goal. And like, I understand that you need that in a plot, but you should at least have the steps to get there make sense. Or you should have something that makes sense. Like the end all goal should make sense. There wasn't anything in the movie that was like super in depth or had like a life-changing meaning. It was all just very like shallow. It was all very like surface level. There just wasn't really anything there, you know what I mean? Like it was just cringe. It was just straight cringe. I don't know. I don't understand the plot. Oh, the characters too. The characters had nothing. There was no depth. The characters didn't have any common sense. The characters did nothing. I know, again, that's the point of the movie, is that it's supposed to be bad. That's the way it was marketed, is that it was supposed to be bad. But at least give the characters common sense. Like, it makes no sense. Garrison, champion of 1980s video game, like, give him some common sense. And I know you should at least give him like a life lesson or something, like, or give Steve a life lesson. But there was none of that. No character development, no nothing. The characters didn't learn anything from this. It makes no sense to me. They had no common sense. You know what this feels like? It feels like a movie that was written by ChatGPT. Like the characters, the plot, the script for the movie, everything just felt like it was written by ChatGPT, because there's no depth to any of it. The plot made no sense. It was so random. All the jokes were so random. My head hurts from like thinking about it, but it was so nonsensical that it could have been written by an AI. Oh, and even after all of that, the plot and the characters, the pacing was so trash. Like, it was so weird. The pacing was weird, and it just like, I feel like the movie directors didn't know what they were doing. Like, how did they make this movie with this pacing? Like, 1 second you're walking with Dawn and what's that one girl's name? I can't even remember. You're walking with them two, and then the next moment you're with Steve and Garrison, and they're just flying around. Like, what is happening in this freaking movie? Something about it just made it feel like I was watching like a YouTube short. It just made it feel like a long YouTube short with like the cuts and the edits that were made. It felt like one long YouTube short. And you know what's even crazier about this movie? I'm not even done with all the bad stuff, because there's still more. Have you seen those memes on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels where it's like me leaving the theater after Freddy Fazbear says, "Come on guys, we are FNAF." Well, they did that here. They put that in the movie. They did that in the movie. All the memes about weird stuff in movies, about like mentioning the title in a movie, all that stuff was put in this movie. It was put in the Minecraft movie. By the way, guys, if you don't know what I'm referring to, basically towards the end of the movie, Steve is talking with everyone and he's like, "Come on guys, let's mine and craft. Let's Minecraft." And at that moment, I literally turned over, looked at my friend, and I was like, there's no way that he just said that. There's no way that he just said that. So as a movie, it was bad. It was objectively bad. Objectively, one of the worst movies of this year, and probably one of the worst video game movies of all time. Even though the film was bad, I will say that as a meme fest, it's golden. Like, there were so many memes and so much cringe in the movie that you could literally have hours of content on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok. Like, you could get millions of views from that, and it just gives them more publicity, which is, you know, as they say, all publicity is good publicity. So there you go. But in my opinion, the cons outweigh the pros significantly. Like, all the bad stuff just makes it an unwatchable experience in general for most people. But at the same time, respect to the marketing, because I mean, data doesn't lie, numbers don't lie, and it's all because of the internet. The internet saved the Minecraft movie, okay? It literally saved the Minecraft movie. Without the internet and the countless memes, this movie probably would have failed. I'm just saying. In fact, it definitely would have failed. Like, there's no doubts. But because of all the memes, because of all the marketing, it did so much better than anyone was expecting. And hey, they hit their target audience, which is brain-rotted young people. All right, anyway, that's it. Like and subscribe if you want. It's up to you. If you want more style of videos like this, again, let me know. But for now, peace out, and I'll see you with probably something more scripted and something more catered towards like actual video games as opposed to video game movies. So I'll see you guys later.